Okay, I'm going to do my best to try to explain to you how I put a binder together and how I utilize all of the materials that are included with the Precept study. So right here, I'm going to show you, this is my binder. Here's the Joshua study, and you can see my tabs over here. So here, and you don't have to tab them, but I like to, it's easier. So here is lesson 1. And behind lesson 1, I have the worksheets. Joshua 1 observation worksheet. And that's going to cover lesson 1. And then behind that, I have lesson 1, what I put extra. So in your packet, which this is what it's going to look like when you get it, you're going to get a green book like that, and you're going to have to take it apart. Excuse me. You're going to rip it apart, and then you're going to put this together in your binder. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be for you, lesson 1, and you're going to tear all of lesson 1 out. It's going to include a map. So all of this you're going to tear out. Behind it is lesson 2, and you can see that right up here, okay, in the right-hand corner. So you're going to tear lesson 1 out. Behind lesson 1, your packet is going to first have this, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Behind lesson 1, in your packet, you're going to have a set of extra scriptures. I printed these scriptures off to make it easier for us when we meet together as a group. So in lesson 1, day 1, this is one of the scriptures that a question will be asked about or it will refer to. There obviously is nothing for day 2. Then day 3 and 4 is there. All of these are day 3 and 4. Day 4 and 5. And I could have made a mistake. It could have been day 3, and this is day 4. All of this is lesson 1. It's going to be quite a lengthy lesson for you. And there's the end of it. Okay? There is lesson 2. So you'll stop there. And this pile right here is a pile of scriptures that are going to go behind your binder of lesson 1. Lesson 1. Behind lesson 1, your worksheets follow. So lesson 1 is only going to cover Joshua chapter 1. Behind Joshua chapter 1 begins your extra scripture references. So here all of those are. This is that same stack of scriptures that I just showed you. Behind that is lesson 2. You're going to tear it out of the book. Right here. You're going to take all of lesson 2 until you get to lesson 3. So there's lesson 3. So again, you're going to pull this section out, and that's going to go next. And then behind that, the worksheets that go with lesson 2. So by looking at mine, I have Joshua chapters 2 through 5. And it'll tell you what lesson 2 covers. Chapters 2 through 5. It'll also tell you what you need. You're going to need, located in the appendix, which is the worksheets of Joshua chapter 2 and 5. Your Joshua at a glance. The occupying the land map, and your cross-references again, which is a stack of cross-references that I have typed for you. And so that's how you're going to set up your binder. This is another paper that you're going to get. These are the keyword symbols. So these are keywords that they will ask you. I'm not sure if everyone is on here, but I tried to add even the ones that weren't on this. So when you're reading and you're studying and they may ask you to mark key words, you use that list there to help you. So let me show you, for example. Here's Joshua 1. And it probably asked me, just looking at this, to mark the key words. So apparently Joshua, your locations, any location, geographically, you double underline in green. Joshua was, again, same as Joshua. So every pronoun that went with Joshua or referred to him. So it'll tell you exactly, if you just read the instructions slowly, how to mark it. Here's a phrase in here, be strong and courageous. You can see how I marked it. It goes along with that worksheet. Commanded, law. Anyway, it'll show you and it'll tell you exactly what to do. The moderate lesson is not quite as in-depth as the advanced lesson. So if you're doing moderate, you may not have to do quite as much, and that's okay. We just want you to begin learning how to study inductively. And then often, when I get to the extra references, as you can see, I have notes on mine, just to help me when I go back. Maybe I've underlined whatever the question was, I've summarized. So when we're in class, instead of everyone having to find these locations in their Bible, we've got the papers with the scriptures, and you can make notes along with it to help you. So I set my binder up like that. In the front of my binder, I keep my maps, so they're easily available when I need them to reference. And I keep my Joshua keyword studies in that pocket as well. And then this is the Joshua at a glance. And as you can see on mine, of course, I've been working this. I started early. Before I even got everything together, I started this knowing my mother was doing poorly, was probably going to be passing away. I needed a jump start. But here, I just followed the instructions. I fill out a theme for each chapter. So it says if you were trying to come up with just a few verses, maybe even that came out of the scripture itself, that if you're looking at this, it'll tell you what each chapter is about. And I'm not finished. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know, and I can sit down with you and help you put it together. And again, if you'll just follow the instructions, literally, it'll tell you step by step what you need to do. So here, read Joshua 1. Watch for repeated words or phrases. You're going to write them down. It's very, very self-explanatory if you just take your time. And luckily, you all have a month head start on this. So again, I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions, just know that we are always available. We want you to succeed, and we want you to enjoy it and love it just as much as we do. Thank you.